Hey, what's up guys, my name is Dusty and I'm back with another video. In this one we're talking about how to overcome the fear of dying in Arc Raiders, and actually in any extraction shooter. I know the feeling, your heart's racing, you've got good loot and you're not sure if you should fight or run. We've all been there, believe me. I'm going to break it down into 4 general things that can help you face the fear, feel more confident and actually enjoy your solo runs even more. I will also add practical strategies you can apply right away, from what loadouts to bring, to mindset shifts, to learning the map and using audio cues to your advantage. And don't worry, there are timestamps in the description, so if you want, you can jump straight to the part that interests you the most. Stick around because by the end of this video you'll have the tools to go into matches calm, focused and ready to get those juicy loots, even if you're playing solo. So if you're ready, let's get into it. First of all, we need to talk about dying in Arc Raiders. You shouldn't look at it as a failure. It's actually something that helps you gain experience with every death. You're gaining XP both for yourself and for your in-game character, even if you fail to extract, right? So technically you're not really losing anything. It's better to think of it this way. Dying isn't failure, it's data. In this game, every run teaches you something new that will help you make better decisions next time. Like which routes are safer, how to approach extraction points, or how to plan your exfil. One of the most important things you learn through dying is what to actually carry with you and what to drop when you're under pressure, because you really don't want to be over encumbered in this game. So think of each death as a scouting mission rather than a loss. If you can shift your mindset from I lost everything to I gained data, it can massively reduce your fear of dying in this kind of game. To be honest, one thing that can really help you overcome the fear of dying is to bring stuff that's cheap or things you really don't care about losing. Going out with a free loadout means you're there to learn the game. The free loadout is always available and it lets you jump in anytime. Try new things, do your quests, or head into high-value loot areas where players are swarming. Since you're not worried about losing anything important, it's much easier to focus on learning the layout and improving your gameplay. This brings us to an important point. Why should you go out with cheap gear or a free loadout in the first place? It reduces the pressure of losing, right? Before you go into any match, you need to decide what your goal is for that specific run. Maybe you want to complete a quest, gather materials for a project, or find something to upgrade your workbench. Having a clear mindset about your goal helps you plan what to bring. This isn't Battle Royale where you just jump in for fun. You need to think about what you actually want to achieve in that run. That way, you'll know exactly what kind of loadout to take. For example, if I'm going into a match just to do quests or trials that can be done with free loadout, I'm not going to bring my expensive gear, definitely. There's no need to risk it. I'm definitely not taking a bunch of wolf packs or purple weapons. Instead, I choose my loadout based on what I want to achieve in that specific match. But on the other hand, what if you're going to a match to find a certain material or a blueprint that you need to stash it in your safe pocket? That way, you have to bring a cheap custom loadout. That way, if you die, it's no big deal, right? You got it in your safe pocket. On the other hand, if I'm playing with my squad and the goal is to take down a boss like Queen or Big Arc, that's a different situation. Then you will definitely want good weapons, plenty of heals and lots of grenades depending on what you're fighting. You get the idea, right? It's about matching your loadout to your purpose. Since we're talking about bringing right stuff for the right reason, let's also talk about how to treat your first match of the day. You really don't want to jump into a match with expensive gear after taking a day off from the game. First, do a warm-up run with a free loadout, or just hit the shooting range for at least 10 minutes. That way, you warm up your hands and muscle memory and you're ready to go into the real match with confidence. Don't worry guys, whatever I'm just saying in this video, it applies mostly to PvE players who have the stress to going into solo matches. So don't call this video as a PvP tips or tricks, this is not it. But let's talk about something that can completely shift your mindset and help you have more fun in the game. In my opinion, the best way to overcome the fear of dying is to do a few solo runs every day. Even if your squad mates are online and ready to play, there will always be time when you have to play alone, right? So get used to it. Here's what you can do. Start with a few solo runs where your only goal is to survive maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever works for you. But don't just go in thinking, I'll just hide in a building for 10 minutes and extract. That's not the point. Instead, set a small goal before you go in. For example, decide that you'll loot a specific area, complete a small task, or reach a certain point on the map, and try to do it while surviving for at least 5 to 10 minutes. This approach works especially for people who have a fear of dying early in matches. On the other hand, you can also do a few runs where your goal is completely opposite of what I said. Rush people and be aggressive. It doesn't matter if you die quickly. Whoever you see, push them and take the fight. Now, I'm not saying you should be toxic. Arc Raiders has proximity chat and talking to other players can be part of the fun. But your goal here is to practice being confident and calm during fights. To get used to that intensity, even if you die, it's fine. And if you blend both of these play styles, survive focus runs and aggressive runs, you'll naturally reach a point where you can loot, engage other players and extract successfully without panicking. One more thing I would add is this. You really need to learn the map layouts. The best way to do that is by playing as much matches as you can. Go into matches and stop scaring. So everything we talked about in this part, surviving a few minutes, pushing fights, gathering intel, learning the map, looting, engaging and extracting, all of that helps you improve and build confidence over time. So, what we achieved so far, we normalized dying, and we know what kind of gear to bring into matches, right? But how can we take things even further? The first thing I recommend is turning on night mode in your audio setting. This can really help you hear people more clearly, especially footsteps, which gives you an advantage in spotting whoever's around you before they actually spot you. You need to practice listening carefully. It's different. A lot of players think that just having a great headset is enough. No. It's not. You have to actually train your ears to recognize what different sounds mean. For example, if you hear someone walking on a rooftop in Barrett City, that sound is completely different from someone breaching a door or opening a container nearby. I know you know that, but if you know the layout of the map and pay attention to the sounds, you can easily figure out where other players or raiders are moving. So make sure to use the power of night mode and really listen to what's happening around you, okay? I can't even count how many times I've heard a specific sound, like someone breaching a door, and because I knew exactly where that door was, I had a much better chance to either engage and finish them or get out safely if I was carrying a good loot with me. One more thing that can really help you overcome the fear of dying is watching your replays. If it's possible for you, definitely do it. Watching them back lets you see what actually happened, and often you'll notice small things you could do differently next time. That kind of reflection helps you survive longer in your next run. But at the end of the day, what really matters is this. You've got to move on. Don't be scared of losing your gear. The only thing you should focus on is getting better at the game. If you want to play casually and truly enjoy the experience, at some point you have to start getting your feet wet. It's impossible to avoid solo matches and expect to not feel anxious or stressed. You just have to get in there and give it a try. And remember, a lot of people think streamers never die. Go watch their streams. They die all the time. The difference is, they've accepted the fact that dying is part of the rhythm of extraction shooters. They understand that the goal is to enjoy and learn the game, not to chase perfection or avoid fights. On top of that, if you really want to get better at PvP and learn some of the basics and advanced techniques you can use to outplay others, check out my video linked in the description or click on it at the end of this one. I hope this video helped you overcome the fear of going into matches solo and gave you the confidence to grab those juicy loots every time. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, hit that like button so more people can see it and it will motivate me to make even more content for you guys. Make sure to comment down below and share your stories. Tell me what's happened to you during your solo runs. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Much love and as always, peace out.